Hi, and welcome to a special Halloween edition of AnyRPG development live streaming. In this episode, we will be taking a break from our usual format and pausing our work on the creation of an example scene for the Unity Asset Store, and we'll be making a Halloween game using AnyRPG, using free assets absolutely from scratch. And we'll be seeing basically how much of a game we can make and how quickly we can make it. I haven't tried speed gaming yet, or I mean like speed game development yet. So let's just see what we can make. Before we start here, I'll just show you the stuff on the asset store that I plan to download. We have this witch right here, and she's going to be our character, I think. So let's just go download her. And hit download and import and bring her in. And we pretty much already have everything else that we need. We'll be using some of this stuff from the free cartoon Halloween pack here. And actually, you know what? There was one character guy. Let's see. Horse. See if I can find him. Was he like a lancer? No. Okay. I'll try to find him later. We don't need him till the end though. As well, we will be using one of the environments in here. So let's just look in the environments on the asset store and search my labels for environment. And there is, what's going on? Environment. Let's try to get that going and see if we can find it. I got a lot of environments down here. It's already downloaded, but I just wanted to show which one we'll be using. There we go. Make, whoops, no, I guess I gotta click on that. I can't middle click it. Yeah, there we go. View full details and make your fantasy game light, because this one's got a nice graveyard included in it. So between the make your fantasy game light pack here and the little witch and that other Halloween pack that I showed, we should have pretty much everything that we need to make a game. So let's get started here. What we will do is we'll create a new, guess we gotta wait for Unity to compile here. Create a new folder, and that folder is going to go in the AnyRPG content directory. We'll make a new directory here, and it's going to be called Halloween Game. So now we have a Halloween game folder, and the first thing that we need to do is create a level for it. So if we look the way that our other stuff is structured here, we've got a scenes directory. So in Halloween game, we're going to create a new folder, and we're going to call it scenes. Then we'll go into the scenes folder here and just take a look at our other scenes. We've got an example scene in here. So I happen to have, let's see, I think it's in the core directory here, a bunch of environments, and in Birch Grove we have an import of a cemetery here, and this cemetery just happens to have a scene in it somewhere. Which one is it here? It's either, I think, dev scene looks like the one I might have been working on. Either way, I believe it's demo 6. Let's just go take a look at it. Double click on demo 6, go to our scene, and this is it. This is our graveyard. So we will be using this graveyard for our Halloween game. So let's just make a copy of that, demo 6. Okay, we're gonna call this Halloween game scene. And now we're going to take the Halloween game scene and we're going to pull it down into our Halloween game scenes folder. And now we've got that. So the next thing we want to do is we want to create a load game manager to populate it with the Halloween scenes. So our load game manager, what I'm going to do basically is just duplicate the example load game manager, and then I'm going to pull that up into the scenes directory here in the Halloween game directory, and we're going to create a new folder here because we need to put the Halloween game scene inside it. And the example load game manager is going to be renamed here to the Halloween load game manager, and then we will rename this scene right here to the Halloween load game manager. We're going to delete that because it's just lighting data, and now we have a Halloween load game manager. We're going to open up the Halloween load game manager scene, and we're just going to select the example game manager here, and we're going to hit Control D to duplicate it. And now we have a Halloween load game manager variant, and this variant will hold our settings for our Halloween game. So next we are going to just create the folder structure we need. So in our Halloween game we need a prefabs folder and then a game manager folder. So create folder prefabs, and then under that we're going to create folder game manager, and then we can take our Halloween, where is it again? Halloween load game. That's weird, it's not finding that. Okay, whatever. So anyway, pull that prefab Halloween game manager, that's why, of course. Halloween game manager, I was typing the wrong thing there. So that's good. That will load our Halloween game settings. So this is Halloween game, and version is going to be 0.1 alpha, and these are applied automatically as overrides in this prefab variant. So then we want to pull the Halloween game manager, pull it in to the scene here, and delete the example game manager from it. And everything looks okay there for the example's abilities. But what we do want to do is we want to set the initialization scene as the Halloween load game manager, and the default starting zone as the Halloween game scene. Everything else looks okay. We'll just be using the default settings for everything else except for this unit right here. So we need to make a player unit. So I'm just going to create a new folder, and we're going to call it import, and we're going to grab that witch character witch dragon and drag it into the import folder. And then we've got a character model here. So let's see, character witch, and this witch, let's see, the rig is generic, and interesting, it says there's no animation data available, so the animation is over here. And if I look at this, let's see, if I pull the model in, nothing happens, so I probably have to go back and grab the character witch model from there. Okay, and then if I do the attack, alright, that looks good. Okay, so this is going to be pretty easy for us to use. So what we need to do here is we need to now make a character for this. So in our Halloween games, we have a prefab folder. We're going to create a new folder. We're going to call it character. And then we're going to create a new folder and we're going to call it player. And we'll put our prefab for her in there. So the easiest thing to do, basically, this is going to be pretty much a copy of one of the, basically any character that just has like a regular character model. So I think the easiest thing to do, I'm just going to grab Sir Invincible for now. I am going to duplicate him because he's got pretty much everything we need on him. Actually, you know what I need to do? I actually need to duplicate, yeah. I need to duplicate this non-UMA player unit because this has got all the player stuff on it. It's just going to be a lot quicker. So this is going to be the Halloween Witch unit. So we'll pull the Halloween Witch unit down into the Halloween game prefab characters player directory. And then we will have our witch. So what we need to do with her basically is just open her up and put a witch model inside of her. So we'll close the alpha directory here. We'll go to our import directory. We'll look at the witch, and I just want to see if there's like a colored version of her. No, there isn't. It looks like we have to maybe make our own. No, you know what? Prefabs. There she is. Oh, beauty. There's a version of her. And perfect. It's already got her correct avatar on it, so that looks good. Let's take this witch right here. We're going to duplicate her, and we will call her AnyRPG Halloween Witch model. And the only thing we really need to add to her is a character animation event receiver here. And then we can go and drag her into, you know what, actually it's fine if she lives there because we're just going to put her model inside the unit. So we remove the AnyRPG energy portal, and then we drag the Halloween Witch model on top of it, and her orientation and everything looks fine. So that looks okay. We've got our player, and this is going to be our character that we're going to be playing this game with here. We want to just set the character unit up there. Oops, yeah, that won't work. Okay. And then what I want to do is just look back at the non-UMA player unit here, and I just want to see if I put anything special on the energy portal. Nothing, right. But the question is, let's look at Sir Invincible. I think there might be something that I put on his model here. No, okay, animator is just set to none, so that's the only thing I have to do with the witch then. So Halloween Witch unit, and I'll open up her prefab and just make sure that her model has that set to none because we're going to set that automatically. And then that looks pretty good. So now we have our player character. So we can set that in our Halloween game manager here. So if we go down and look at our default non-UMA player unit, then we can go in and we can grab the Halloween Witch unit. Okay. And what is her name going to be? Young Witch. All right. So now we have the Young Witch, and that will be our default player name. And we'll set all those in. Okay. That looks good. So then what we need to do basically is spawn ourselves into our default scene. So we have our scene, where did we put it there? Right here, the Halloween game scene. No, we didn't move it into there yet, so Halloween game scene gets moved into there. And what we want to do is put a default spawn location in there. So if we go into the Halloween game scene, and we want our character to spawn, let's see, outside the graveyard. How about right here? So we will look for something called the default spawn location prefab. We're just going to pull it into the scene right there and just leave it there. I'm just going to unpack that prefab completely, and basically it just sits there and lets our game manager know that this is where it should put our character. The next thing that we need to do is we need to make an animation controller for the character and attach the animations to her. So to do that, we'll be looking, for example, at another legacy model. It's just the best way to do that. So let's go into our alpha game and core character. What's a good legacy model? The bunnies, I think, are legacy models. So what we did is we've got basically like an animation profile directory here. So the cartoon rabbit is the animation profile we're using for those rabbits. So we can duplicate that, and we're just going to change that to the Halloween Witch animation profile, and Halloween Witch will be the name of the profile here. And then we want to let's see, basically we want to create under the Halloween Witch an animation folder and a profile folder. So under the import, I think what I'll do actually is under import I'll actually make a new folder called characters. So create folder, call it characters, and then move the character with dragon into there. And then we'll just create a new folder and we'll call it witch. Move the character with dragon into there. And then under there we'll create a new folder called animations, and that's where we will create the new folder profile, and then we'll grab our animation profile out of here for the Halloween Witch, and then drag it down into our animation profile folder here. And now we have an animation profile for the witch. So what we want to do is start dragging her animations in. So if we look in the character with dragon and look at her character witch, where they go, motions, perfect. So we have the witch attack, so that's going to be the witch attack right there. We have the witch damage. I don't have this in the engine yet, but we can still put it in there. witch wait is very likely like an idle animation. Yeah, that looks like an idle animation. So we can go back into our profile. Don't mind the Halloween fireworks in the background there. Go back into our profile here and grab the motions, and we're going to go to witch wait, and we will put that in the idle clip here, and then we have a witch walk and a witch walk. The combat idle, we're just going to use witch wait again, and the combat move forward, witch walk, and witch walk, and then down to the bottom there, the death clip is witch dead. So now we have all of our animations in our animation profile, and that's the animation profile that our witch can use. So that looks good, and let's go assign that to her character now. So we have our Halloween witch unit here, and the unit frame target, actually let's just open this prefab up and work on that a little bit. Our unit frame target, basically we want the head, so let's just see if there's a head bone in here. Perfect. Locator head and skeleton head. That's interesting. Skeleton spine. Yeah, okay, good. So skeleton head is very likely what we want there. And it looks like, let's just check the local as well. Perfect. So she's got a nice straightforward head. So we can pretty much just put ourselves at like 0.66 on the Z radius, and we'll see how that looks, because that's the typical one. So that looks good. We'll just copy that name there, and that will be our unit frame target for this character. So over there we see unit frame target. Yeah, player preview target, sure, same thing. Yeah, that looks good. And Z1, yeah, we'll just leave it at Z1. I mean, it might be a little zoomed out. We can always deal with that later. So let's look at the default attack animation, and that's where our animation profile is going to go. So we want to take our Halloween witch and move our attack animation profile into there. And let me just check. Do I have any other generic units, or are they all humanoid units? Let's just see the rock golem unit, for example. I just want to see what I did for the animation controller setup on there. AnyRPG character animation controller. Yeah, okay, so that's all I need to set there, hopefully. So going back to the Halloween witch unit, and then just set that to the AnyRPG character animation controller. Hopefully that's all okay. Whoa. Oh yeah, skeleton head. I was like, I thought that was from a skeleton. I forgot that that was actually our unit frame target. Okay, everything I think looks good here. So we have a Halloween witch unit. Our Halloween witch unit has a model. We've got some animations attached to it. And let's see if we can load into the scene now. So I think just before we try that, let's generate our lighting here. I'm not sure how long this part here will take. And the next thing that we want to do is create a quest for her. So we should put a cauldron somewhere in the game here. And let's see, this AnyRPG cauldron looks like it might work. Perfect. And then we can make some, let's see, who's going to give her her quest? You know what? Her dragon friend might as well give her the quest. So let's make a dragon. So we'll grab Sir Invincible over here, that extra spare we made of him, and we're gonna call this Halloween Dragon. And then we can take the Halloween Dragon, and actually I'm gonna call him Halloween Dragon Unit here, and then we can move him into the extra Halloween characters folder, not the import, the prefab, and then we'll make an AI folder here. So create folder AI, and we're going to pull our Halloween Dragon unit into the AI folder. Then this lighting job is going to stop, I think, if I like jump off this screen here. Let's hope that goes quickly. You know what, let's just cancel it. Maybe just like real time for now. Let's see what happens then. Whoa, oh no, that's good. Okay, yeah, that's a lot quicker. Okay, good. So then we need to go into our Halloween Dragon unit here, and we need to remove the night model, and we want to go grab the character dragon because it character dragon. Yeah, okay, so we'll make a duplicate of that, and we will call it AnyRPG Halloween Dragon Model. Okay, then Halloween Dragon Model. Wow, he is humongous. Look at him. Halloween Dragon Model goes in there, and we need to set the controller to none, and then add the character animation event receiver, and then pull his character unit in there. Go back to the Halloween Dragon unit, and character name, let's call him Draco, and the faction name is going to be I'm just receiving an error about YouTube not receiving enough video data to maintain smooth streaming. So sorry, I apologize for that. Okay, let's continue. We'll set our character name here, and the character model game object is this thing right here, and his faction is going to be, let's call it the Twilight Coven, and his unit frame target can be looks like he's basically got the same thing. It's probably just going to be like skeleton head again. Yeah, skeleton underscore head. And if we check the head here, it looks like we're going to need to put the unit frame target a little farther back. So maybe like the position offset should be -2. No, +2. Yeah, okay. And that looks okay. We're going to need to make a profile for him, and we'll want to change this to the new AnyRPG character animation controller, and that looks okay. He is going to be a quest giver because he's going to give us a quest. He's not going to have those quests though, so we're just going to blank out his quest thing for now. And he doesn't, you know what? No, he doesn't have any dialogues, so 0 dialogues. And he is a faction change interactable, so he's going to say join the Twilight Coven, and we'll just make it the same thing, join the Twilight Coven, and join the Twilight Coven. And the faction name is Twilight Coven, and he doesn't have any equipment on him, so we're just going to remove this component entirely. And now we have our dragon who can get us to join the Twilight Coven. So let's go take a look at our join the Sunsworn quest, and this is the dialogue for it. So we are going to duplicate that. We're going to call it F2 join the Twilight Coven, and join the Twilight Coven, and we'll give him some text here. Oh no. It's Halloween and all the witches are missing. There is no one to calm the ghosts. And let's see, we're going to ask him, what does that mean? And he says, if no one calms a ghost, its spirit will come back to life. And you say, oh no, can I help? And he says, let's see, you look like a witch in training. I think we could use you in the Twilight Coven. And let's see, okay, great. I've been looking for a coven. Let's see, okay, then welcome. Thank you. And then we're just gonna, let's see, delete these array elements and delete these array elements right here, and delete the very last array element right here, or maybe that's not the very last. Yeah, actually that is. Okay, perfect. So now we have a dialog for join the Twilight Coven, and we can move that into our Halloween game here. So what do we have? We don't have a resources folder, so let's make one. So we'll go in a Halloween game here, and Halloween game needs a resources folder. So the importance of this particular folder is because it's named resources, then we're going to be able to automatically load anything from it in terms of the scriptable objects. So the dialog that we just created can be put into the resources dialog folder. And then we're just going to go into the quests folder, and we have example join the Sunsworn. So we will duplicate that, and we're going to rename that join the Twilight Coven. And then we're going to pull that into our resources folder, and we'll make a new folder called quest. So create folder quest, and then put join the Twilight Coven in the quest, and then let's just go and take a look at that here. Join the Twilight Coven, and the quest name is join the Twilight Coven, and the quest is join Twilight Coven. And there are no prerequisites for this one, so 0 prerequisites. And just make sure that on the dragon we actually named his thing there, join the Twilight Coven. So let's look at our faction change interactable, join the Twilight Coven. Perfect. So we should be able to use that. So then we're going to hit save here. Alright, and now our dragon should be a quest giver with one quest called Join the Twilight Coven. The quest has 0 prerequisites and one opening dialogue with the objective to join the Twilight Coven. So now we just need to actually go and make the Twilight Coven. So we're going to create a new folder. We're going to call it faction, and I'm just going to go in here and duplicate the Sunsworn faction out of the example folder and move that into our new faction folder, and then click on that and call that Twilight Coven. Then this will become Twilight Coven, and let's see, Guardians of the Cemetery, and we can have a little witch hat for them, I think. Yeah, there's a little witch hat. These are, let's see, do I have, I don't know, yeah, I was going to see if I had the asset store page open. I'll just make that little purple hat there. This is like a free, just like search free icons on the asset store and you can find that. The Twilight Coven for now are not going to have any abilities to be learned from them. So that looks okay, and now we have a faction that we can join. So let's save that, and I'm going to go into the example folder here. Let's see the resources. Basically, I don't want it to load most of these. So I think, let's see, these are all the system ones. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make base ability direct system folder in here. So create folder base ability, create folder direct, and create folder system. And I'm just going to drag all these guys over into this one's system folder. And then these all lead to effects, so we need those effects too. I believe they're all over here in instant effects, so we need ability effect instant. So You know what I think is even better? I think I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to create a system folder. So we'll create a system folder just so that we can keep track of these a little better. So we'll now go and create a folder called ability effect, and then instant, create folder instant, and then we're going to go and in the instant, we now have a system folder. So white hit is a system one, take damage blood is a system one, death effect is a system one, and let's just go look at our base abilities here. So death effect we already did. Level up effect we need to pull into the system folder here, and then we can go back and look at the base ability system effects. Example lootable. So this is a status effect. So under status effects, let's create a folder called system, and then move example lootable into the system folder here. And now we have, let's see, 4 in our instant system folder and 1 in our other system folder, so that looks good. So what we'll do now is under ability effect, we need to create a folder called status effects. So create folder status effects, and under the status effects folder, we will create a folder and call it system. So now we have ability effect instant and status effects system. So let's take now our system folder under the status effects from here, and we're going to drag that over into that folder right there, and then under the instant folder we need a system folder over here. So create a new folder, call it system, and open that up and grab those system effects and move them in there. So now those are all in their place, and now what we can do is if we go into our resources folder here, basically I'm just hacking the resources folder right now. I'm just going to rename that resources, and then basically Unity won't automatically load those when it loads the game, which means we won't get all of those like extra abilities and such on our bars, like all the tornadoes and stuff that we normally get at level 1 with the examples. So now I think we can actually close down the alpha folder here, go into the Halloween game, go into the Halloween load game manager. So we have the Halloween game scene, and let's see, you know what else we need? We need some scene nodes real quick. So in here we've got a scene node folder. Let's duplicate that, move this scene node folder into the resources folder up here, and rename it to scene node. And we really only have 2 scenes. We don't have a combat scene, we don't have any cutscenes, so we're just going to delete both of those. And our example default scene is going to be called Halloween game scene, and our example load game manager is going to be called Halloween load game manager. Okay, that looks good, and we change the name here to Halloween load game manager, and we change the name here to Halloween game scene. Okay, and just save that, And then Halloween game scene, we need to go to File, Build Settings, Add Open Scenes, and then we also need to get the Halloween Load Game Manager and open that up, and File, Build Settings, Add Open Scenes. And both of their boxes are checked, so that's good. And then now that we have the Halloween Load Game Manager, it's time to actually test and see if we can load our game. So let's see what happens when I hit play. Let's see if we get any errors. I've never tried making a game like from scratch, anything other than the AnyRPG game that I've made with this, so this will be a good test. How mature is our engine? Play Halloween game version 0.1a. New game, start a new game, yes, loading. Oh, what do we got? We got an error. There are 2 audio listeners in the scene. That's interesting. Right, that's actually a really easy problem to fix. I noticed that there's a camera looking around there. So I bet you if we go into the Halloween game scene, yeah, there it is. I forgot to remove the main camera. Let's hit save. And what else do we got here? Controller, AnyRPG character controller transition in state, any state is dead, which does not exist in controller. Yeah, that's interesting. Non-convex mesh colliders with non-kinematic rigid body is no longer supported as well. Okay. Halloween Witch model shadow. Okay, let's go look at the Halloween Witch model and see if we can figure out what's happening there. I guess I might as well just remove that controller, because I think maybe, I don't know, it might have been trying to use that. Okay, and then if we open up the prefab shadow, that's really interesting. Do we need a shadow? I don't think we need a shadow, honestly. That's a little odd place to have a mesh collider too, to be totally honest. So that will hopefully solve that problem. And let's just go back. You know what else? If we look at our, yeah, you know what, Halloween Witch unit, open prefab. Okay. And just look at that animator controller again. Okay, let's try loading this again. So we'll go back to our example, or whoops, not our example load game manager. We want to go back to our Halloween load game manager. Okay, play a new game. All right. Well, it's not perfect. The animations are not working. Probably something to do with the legacy model. Our character actually shows up here. We've got a character preview, which is pretty cool. and we can move around in the graveyard. I can cast Speed of the Wolf, and I can run faster. Okay, cool. So we didn't load our dragon in there yet, though. So we have to actually be able to complete at least one quest to be able to consider this a simple game. So let's go into the Halloween game scene. Open that up, and then we want to pull in the unit here. So if we go into our import prefabs AI Halloween Dragon unit. Oh my god, he's huge. Wow. And I guess maybe we should, like, let's see, spin him around and move him up a little bit here. I think that would be a good idea, maybe. Okay. Alright, and then I have a feeling, like, just because of the way that the other one was, that he probably has this convex mesh collider. Yeah, so let's just go in and remove that. And I don't think we create an animation profile for him quite yet. So in the animations profile, we're going to duplicate that, and we will create one called Halloween Dragon. And then we're going to go in to the motions folder for the dragon, and this is the dragon profile here, so just change the name, and we're going to look at dragon attack, and take damage is going to be dragon damage, and idle clip is going to be dragon weight. Move forward clip is going to be dragon move, and dragon move is also going to be the move forward fast clip. And then the combat is going to be exactly the same. We're going to go dragon weight on the combat idle clip, and dragon move on the move forward clip, dragon move on the other move forward clip, and dragon dead on the dead clip. And then we need to go back into our prefabs and look at our AI character here and look at our dragon unit. And let's just open him up and take a look, and we see his human unarmed attacks. So this is going to be Halloween Dragon, and just leave the animation controller. I think that's fine. So then we can jump out of here and file save, and then just looking at the dragon unit, I want to go back and select the dragon model, and I'm just going to remove that controller from it because I think we had some issues with that last time with the witch. So we'll hit save here, and now our dragon is standing around, and he is going to ask us to join him on Halloween and join the coven. So let's jump back into the Halloween load game manager. Go to the Halloween load game manager, click on play, go to play, go to new game, click yes. Oh no, what do we got now? Reset path can only be called on an active agent that's been placed on a nav mesh. Yeah, of course it can. Okay, no worries. We can fix that pretty quickly here. So we're just going to go into the Halloween game scene because I just totally forgot to bake a nav mesh in here. So go over to navigation and go to scene, and you can see nothing's blue. So now what we need to do is just hit bake, and then this whole thing should turn blue, and then our dragon is basically close enough to a nav mesh to find it. And he just needs to be within 2 meters of a nav mesh, and he'll automatically find a valid spot on it. I think even 3 meters is okay. So let's go back into the Halloween load game manager. We're going to hit play again. Play, new game, start a new game, yes. Oh my god, his animations work. Wow, I don't know what's wrong with the witch, but he's awesome. Okay, and Draco doesn't have a quest for us. All right, Draco, let's figure out why you don't have a quest. And actually, you know what? Let's go try to figure out why Witchy here doesn't have any animations, because Draco's flying like a pro up there. So, where are our prefabs here? We have our Halloween Witch unit. Did I just like forget something silly? Like, no, that's our Halloween Witch animation profile. Hmm. Yeah, okay. Honestly, I have no idea. I don't think I'm gonna figure that out anytime soon. Sometimes you really gotta mess with characters in order to get their stuff working. So uh, I forgot to add the quest to Draco. Now that I recall, I deleted all his quests and I didn't give him the new quest. So let's go back into Draco's unit here. And Draco here is a lazy quest giver. He doesn't want quests. So we're going to force him. He's going to start and end the quest. Join the Twilight Coven. All right, Draco. Let's go again. All right, play, new game, start a new game. Young Witch. Draco's got a quest. Oh no, it's Halloween and all the witches are missing. There is no one to calm the ghosts. I gotta make Draco's unit frame a little farther back here, I think. Like maybe like 4 units back. What does that mean? If no one calms a ghost, its spirit will come back to life. Oh no, can I help? You look like a witch in training. I think we could use you in the Twilight Coven. Great, I've been looking for a coven. Then, welcome, thank you. Join the Twilight Coven. Accept quest. Join new faction. Twilight Coven. Guardians of the Cemetery. We get a little hat here. Oh, that hat is so rad. Join faction. And Young Witch is now part of the Twilight Coven. You can see the Twilight Coven underneath her. Awesome. Draco quest. Join the Twilight Coven. Complete. Rad. And let's save our game. Cool. So we now have the beginnings of a game. How can we make this even cooler? Well, we can make it even cooler by actually making the next quest. So the closest quest that we have that has a bunch of dialogues, I think is actually a tear in reality. So let's go over and just look at that quest here real quick. Prerequisites, what the whole, do we have objectives? Dialogue, prerequisites, dialogue objectives, no. What the whole is the name of the quest. That's it. What the whole. What the whole is a quest. Let's see. We got the quest right here. There we go. Dialogue objectives. Perfect. So we're going to copy this quest, and this is going to be called Calm the Ghosts. Okay. So now we're going to take Calm the Ghosts, and we are going to move it into our resources directory here under Halloween game, and we have a quest folder already, so that's great. Calm the Ghosts is now a quest. So Calm the Ghosts is going to have one quest prerequisite, and your quest prerequisite is that you must have turned in join the Twilight Coven. And once you join them, then you get to calm them. So, what should we call this? We should call this Calm Whisper, Calm Boo, and Calm Phantasmo. All right, Clam Phantasmo, if I could spell that properly. Okay, Calm Phantasmo, Calm Boo. So Calm Boo and Calm Whisper. Okay, so we will have three ghosts named Whisper, Boo, and Phantasmo, and we're going to need to calm them. So Calm, Whisper, Boo, and Phantasmo before they come back to life. All right, and so now we need to create an opening dialogue for that. So our opening dialogue is to have the same name as the quest, Calm the Ghosts, and so double Control D to duplicate our existing dialogue and clam the ghosts again, Calm the Ghosts. We're going to name that Calm the Ghosts. And then, okay, so there are three ghosts in the graveyard. You need to calm there are three ghosts in the graveyard you need to calm. Let's see, how do I do that? Basically, just go listen to them and let them tell you about their past. Once they do that, they will be happy. Okay, sure. Sounds easy. Okay, that's good. And we only have two dialogue nodes, so we just get rid of everything past that, and that looks good. So then we now have the quest, so now we actually need some ghosts that are going to need calming. So to do that, I do actually have a set of ghosts here. Let me just, I'm just going to open up the Unity Asset Store for a second here and just show you some of the packages that we've been using here. So I think if I go to My Assets and I search for Cartoon Monsters, I think it's called. Nope. Do I have a bat in here? Wow, what are these guys called again? Monsters? Oh, there's my Chaos Knight Warrior. Yeah, I want him as well. Okay, cool. And there we go. We got like hand painted icons. I'm just opening these all up in another window here. And finally, level 1 monster pack. Okay, cool. So let's just take a look at these for a second. Not this guy yet, but here we go. Hand painted icons, free asset from the asset store that includes these Halloween hats I've been using in the demo here so far. And level 1 monster pack, and I'm about to use one of these little ghosts here, these little cartoon guys. This is where I got the bunnies for AnyRPG Alpha as well. So let's go grab a ghost, and we need to put a ghost in the graveyard. So what I need to do here is, let's see here, our ghosts don't need to be animated. They're not going to be attacking, they're going to be nice and calm. So literally, what's probably the best example of a unit for that is probably the, oh, I don't know, like the Guardian of Souls or the AI Soul unit or something. Yeah, you know what? Guardian of Souls. He's actually a perfect guy to do that. So we have our Guardian of Souls unit. Actually, our example Guardian of Souls unit is awesome because he's already just got like a blue ball there. So we're going to duplicate him, and we are going to call it our Halloween Ghost unit. And we're going to take that Halloween Ghost unit and we're going to move it into our prefabs directory. So let's, where are we here? Prefabs, character, and we got an AI unit here, so we move him in there. Halloween ghost unit, and then let's see, we want to open him up and get rid of our blue sphere 1 meter. We want to replace him with a cartoon ghost, so I already have those basically downloaded. Cartoon monsters, and we've got some prefabs. Let's see, do I have a ghost prefab here? Sure I do. So we're going to take, let's see, a white ghost, because nice white spooky ghost here. And Mr. Nice White Spooky Ghost, whoops, needs to be scaled up. There. The problem is his avatar is all messed up. Okay, so you know what I need to do? I actually need to create a better copy of him. I remember that these things weren't imported properly at the right size, so sometimes you gotta fix this stuff up. So let's just go in here, and all we need to do here is just take this ghost level 1, and we're just going to call it AnyRPG Halloween Ghost, and then we just basically need to go into here. I think scale factor is 10. Convert, I think we just have to like not convert units, something like that. Let me just try pulling this guy. Whoa, no. Okay, that's way too big. So let me look at him again, and scale factor is 1 maybe. Let's Halloween ghost. Yeah, okay. There. Okay, perfect. So this is approximately the size we want. So then let's see, what we want to do is we want to make a prefab out of this guy. So we're going to pull the Halloween ghost here over into the prefab folder, making an original prefab of him. And then that allows us to actually apply a material, I think, to his model right here. And the material is the ghost pack, but I don't think that's what we want. Let's see, there should be some materials. Interesting, that's right. What we want to do is we want to click on the ghost pack, and then we want to go over to the materials folder here and make him a white ghost by pulling right, no, what we want to do is we want to go over to the Halloween ghost and go to his mesh and pull ghost white instead of ghost pack. There we go, now we got him. Okay, good. So now we got a nice looking ghost. Halloween ghost unit. We're going to take the blue sphere off of him. We're going to take the Halloween ghost unit. We're going to move him to 0, 0, 0. And now when we look at the ghost unit, he lines up and matches up with this. Perfect. So now we have a Halloween ghost unit, and we're ready to pull him into our Halloween game that we're making. So going back here, where did we put our Halloween ghost unit? Halloween ghost unit. So let's just make sure he's in the right spot here. Yep, perfect. Okay, so this guy right here, let's see what we need to do just to change him. His character name is Halloween ghost unit. He's not going to have a faction, which will just make him automatically neutral to everybody. The unit frame target, let's actually open up his prefab here because it will be a lot easier to see his unit frame target then. let's see, we're just literally Halloween Ghost Mesh level 1. Yeah, okay. AnyRPG Halloween Ghost is just going to be his unit frame target. So, whoops, character name is Halloween Ghost, not Halloween Ghost Unit. Actually, you know what? It's just Ghost. Yeah, why don't we call him Uneasy Ghost? Yeah, that's better. And then Halloween Ghost, and the camera position offset is going to be, let's see, Z to Y1, and I think we actually want to look at an offset of Y1 as well. So we'll basically be looking here, but the camera will be here. So we should pretty much be right in front of him. He does not need a quest giver component. He does not need a name change interactable component. He, let's see, doesn't really even need a character faction manager. I'll just leave it on anyway. I don't think it'll hurt anything. But what he definitely needs is a dialogue interactable. So, dialogue interactable doesn't really need a title. He will need a dialogue list though. So we'll need to create 3 dialogues, and the dialogue names will be based on what we had set earlier. So calm boo, calm squeaky, calm phantasmo. So we'll go into our Halloween Games resources folder here and just create 3 dialogues. Okay, and this first dialogue is going to be named Clamboo, if I can ever spell that right, Calm Boo. And let's see, this one, the resource name is going to be Calm Boo. And let's see, how are we going to do it? He's going to say, I can't find my glasses. And let's see, why do you need glasses? I can't see anything. It's so dark. Let's see, what do you just tell him? It's night time out. And he says, let's see, oh, that's so silly. Of course, it's dark. Thanks for helping. And we get to say, you're welcome. Go to sleep now. And delete the last array element. Let's see. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so we have Calm Boo. Let's duplicate that, and we'll do that for Calm Phantasmo. So Phantasmo, Calm Phantasmo. So Calm Phantasmo. And let's see, he says, how about it's so cold out? Yes, it's October. And he says, oh, I forgot. No wonder. And good night. Why not? We're not going to do much for this guy. Delete array element looks good. And then calm the ghosts. Whoops. Calm Phantasmo. I think the last one was Calm Squeaky, so let me just confirm that by going into the quests here and Calm the Ghosts, Calm Whisper, Boo, and Phantasmo. Okay, Whisper was the first one. So this last guy here gets to be named Whisper, so Calm Whisper. Calm Whisper, and Whisper says, I can't feel my arms. And you tell him you have no arms, and he says, oh, why not? What happened? And you tell him you are a ghost. And then he says, oh, no wonder ghosts don't have arms. Yep. Sleep well, my friend. Looks good. And then you'll be done, Calming Whisper. So now what we need to do is we actually need to go make the units for this. So let's see, we have Halloween Ghost unit going over there. What I will do is I will rename this guy to Halloween Ghost Unit Boo. Duplicate him, and again. And so we'll have Halloween Ghost Unit Phantasmo and Halloween Ghost Unit Whisper. And if we go over to Boo, and he has one dialogue, and the dialogue is Calm Boo. Phantasmo will have a single dialogue, and the dialogue is Calm Phantasmo, and then Whisper will have a single dialogue, and the dialogue will be called Calm Whisper. The prerequisite condition for this is that you are on the quest Calm the Ghosts before this will show up, and so I need to make that a prerequisite condition, whoops, for this one as well. Have to be, whoops, size 1 on the quest Calm the Ghosts and Halloween Ghost Boo. So prerequisite condition 1 need to be on the quest Calm the Ghosts. So now we can pop out of the ghosts and we can go into our Halloween game scene here. So let's go into the scenes and go to the Halloween game scene. Open up the Halloween game scene, and we'll go into the graveyard here, and let's see, there's like 3 sort of glowing graves here, I think, right? I thought that one was glowing. Okay, fine, there's only like 2 glowing graves then, so let's go stick a ghost over here by this glowing grave, and we'll grab one of the AI ones here, Halloween Ghost Boo. Yeah, he can come over here. Let's just spin him around a little bit with the E key here, make him face outwards, and that looks good. And then let's see, is there any light coming out of this? Yeah, perfect. So we'll put a ghost in front of this like haunted looking one right here, and this one will be about Halloween Ghost Phantasmo, and we'll hit the E key, spin him around a little more. And now we have 2 ghosts over there, and then maybe a ghost like over here, sort of like under this light, maybe just wandering around by the statue. You know what, we'll just have him in front of this one. Okay, that looks good. So we still haven't put Whisper in here, so then we'll want to spin Whisper around so he's looking towards the entrance. And now we can go save. And I think we might be ready to test this. So if I just look at these guys here, I don't even think I have character animators on them. Yeah, because they don't need to be animated. Okay. Let's go to the Halloween Load Game Manager and see what happens. Press play. Duplicate key name, what the whole? Oh, okay. So somewhere in one of these things, Halloween game, I'm pretty sure that I forgot to change the name of the quest up there. Yeah, okay. Calm the Ghosts. Alright, and file save and hit play. And duplicate key name Calm Phantasmo. I bet you I forgot to change the name of the dialogues. yeah, this is supposed to say calm whisper. All right, and let's try that again. Save that and hit play. Okay, play, new game, yes. All right, let's go over to Draco here and accept the quest, join the faction, complete the quest, and Draco doesn't want to give us our second quest here yet. Let's just see if we can figure out why. So I completed the quest and turned in the quest, joined the Twilight Coven, and now let's just look at the quest, calm the ghosts. Oh, you know what? I bet you I forgot to once again give Draco his quest. So let's go look at our Halloween AI unit. And we have our Halloween dragon unit here. And if we look at here, I'm going to set that to 3. Maybe that'll be a little bit better for the unit frame target. And then if I go down to quests, yeah, of course I forgot to give him that. So now he needs a second quest, and that is calm the ghosts. Okay, so file, save, press play, new game, yes. Go back over to Draco, join the Twilight Coven, complete. Awesome, there are 3 ghosts in the graveyard you need to calm. How do I do that? Just go listen to them and let them tell you about their past. Once they do that, they'll be happy. Sounds easy. Calm the ghosts, accept quest. Awesome. I'm just going to use Speed of the Wolf to go a little bit faster. Sample talk icon, uneasy ghost. It's so cold out. Yes, it's October. Oh, I forgot. No wonder. Good night. Cool. We got one of our objectives complete. We go over to here, talk to this guy. I can't find my glasses. Why do you need glasses? It's nighttime. Oh, that's so silly. Of course it's dark. Thanks for helping. You're welcome. Go to sleep now. And sample talk icon over here. I can't feel my arms. You have no arms, and why not? What happened? You're a ghost. Sleep well, my friend. And that gets the quest complete. Awesome. And what we're going to do here is just go to save game, and then we're going to go to Draco and complete it. Wow, we are heroes. We have calmed the ghosts. We have saved Halloween. Are we looking at Draco's butt there? I think we're looking at Draco's butt. I think his unit frame's backwards. Okay, whatever. That's fine. But anyway, yes, young witch is now a witch in the Twilight Coven. She has saved Halloween by calming the ghosts, and we did that all live with absolutely no planning at all. Okay, I'm just kidding. I planned that for literally 3 minutes before I started this episode, in 1 hour and 23 minutes using the AnyRPG package manager. So if you like this, stay tuned, because I think I'm literally about 2 episodes away from having this thing ready for release, so you can start making your own cool games like this awesome little Halloween game that we just made in 1 hour and 22 minutes. Thanks for joining, and as always, if you like this kind of content or you want to see more of this in the future, then don't forget to like the video, thumbs up the video, subscribe to the Cohesion channel, or leave a note in the comments telling me what type of content you would like to see in the future. Thanks again, and until next time.